As I said before, are not really nice people. If bad things happen to them, the only thing I think is appropriate is to go like, ah. That's on you, isn't it? It's the same nice example of, if you have never helped anyone, why would you expect anyone to help you? If you've only ever been an asshole, why would you expect anyone to be nice to you? Well, that's not how that works, is it now? And you don't need to go out of your way to, give money to charities or something. There's a lot of scamming going on there as well. But, at least try to pretend to be a decent human being, like, 1 out of 10 times you go outside and have to interact with people, and, you might actually have a reasonable argument for why people should not look at your suffering and just go like, ha 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 ha. Satisfying. Now, we shall go back and do the other two endings then. And we're starting with here. And apparently, for once, we are partly having a school start. Oh boy. Well, April 2008.
No smoking when there's no smoke alarm in here.
Yeah, I was afraid the sprinkler would go off when I flicked the lighter, but I guess it's just broken.
That's cool. Yeah, we don't need that anyway.
If the nerds catch on fire in chemistry, they'll just burn to a crisp of unwashed hair and Skechers.
Or the Tony Hawk.
3 point. If you act like this in public and assault everybody around you on a constant basis, why would anybody around you then waste even a single tear over your demise? Simple answer is they won't. Absolutely not. And you should be well aware of that.
Shoes if they think Xbox is a personality trait.
Oh, those shitty ass sneakers at Kohl's?
Yeah, they're like the Christian Rock of skate shoes.
I wonder what the Christian Rock of cigarettes is.
Marlboro Ultralights.
Yeah, those are
It's
for when
gay.
you're pregnant, right?
No, suicide's for when you're pregnant.
You're right. But what's the Antichrist of cigarettes?
Maybe cloves.
Goth girl certified. I heard they get rid of your gag reflex.
Yeah, I read that on MySpace too.
I'm gonna start smoking cloves so I can get a really rich husband when I'm 30.
What do you girls think you're doing?
I don't think that works. I have yet to hear any reasonable and credible source that would indicate that smoking any sort of cigarette would get rid of your gag reflex, because your gag reflex is actually a relatively important thing to have. Which should be rather obviously. It is quite literally a rather, how to put this mildly, a life-saving function your body has built in. Now, I have seen some quite wondrous acts of deep throwing from the ladies, so I am well aware that there are quite a few women who can work long, hard, phallic-shaped objects very deep into their own throats, I must admit, impressively so. However, I have never heard them mentioning anything about using a specific brand of cigarettes to achieve that particular feat. An interesting theory, though.
Doing in here?
Oh, sorry. We'll go to the English classroom instead.
I mean the smoking.
So you want us to stay here but do as you say? Controlling much?
Come on, Mr. Katz. Just let us finish this cigarette and we'll never do it again.
Well, okay.
God, what a lonely ass stamp collecting bitch.
Yeah, you can talk to men like they're dogs and they'll fold on anything.
Have you tried it with women?
Are you out of your mind?
Ah.
Why would you...
My beloved, most beloved character, the principal is back. She might be a bit, a bitch, sleeping around with most of her stuff, but for the most part... she does a good job. Also, look at those titties. Yeah, I'd bang that. What sort of principal I can get behind? In the literal sense.
smoke in here?
Oh, we're sorry, Miss Lynn. Let us just finish this one and we'll be done, okay?
Put it out now before you're both expelled.
Okay, calm down.
Unbelievable. Back to class.
Fucking whore.
I guess it doesn't work on women.
You
you're
don't
just
say.
not hot enough.
I need a Hello Kitty eyebrow tattoo.
But yeah, you see that one YouTube video?
There's literally
There's a lot
millions of them.
videos.
No, like the one where this guy just goes crazy. He's like outside.
Oh yeah, that narrows it down.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think we like you?
You don't like me Like, not like talking?
What the fuck do we have to talk about with you? We don't play guitar, drink Rockstar Energy, or any of that virgin shit.
Wait, playing guitar is for virgins?
When they look like you, 1,000,000%, yeah.
Well, if you don't want to talk...
You don't let the door hit you in the jinkos.
I'll see you around, Nicole.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
What's up, hoes?
It's like a revolving door of people who idolize John Cena.
What do you want?
Oh, just seeing what you were doing this weekend. You wanted to hang out.
Why? Why me?
I don't know, you look kind of good, I guess.
This is like a text message in real life.
Yeah, it's like trauma live in concert.
But yeah, I said you look good, so you want to do it?
Just good? No, I'm fucking gorgeous. If I killed someone, I'd be a sex symbol overnight.
Actually true.
I doubt it.
No!
What the fuck? If you don't say yes, I'm gonna knock your teeth in!
Wow, if this was 1950, you'd get away with it too.
Okay, that's enough, Kyler.
Shut the fuck up, you four-eyed Fruit Loop eating bitch!
You are way out of line.
And out of bitches.
Shut up, whore! I know where you live. I'll fucking stab you!
That's it. You're going to the school therapist. We'll see what she has to say about these threats.
School therapist? Oh, fuck that book-reading bitch!
Did the counselor finally get fired?
No,
Wow.
therapist. They hired her to help the counselor over winter break. At least that's what I heard.
Do you
Ah,
think
great.
she's a pedophile like the counselor? Maybe that's why she got the job.
Like nepotism?
More like pedotism.
Well, she's a girl, so statistically, no.
Yeah, I guess there's nothing to worry about.
How fucked up would it be if the one female pedophile in existence ended up the other counselor here?
I'll have you know, there's more than one female pedophile. In fact, just recently, like a year back, I once again had to read a nice little newsline about a teacher, a female teacher in Germany, getting into a little bit, just a little bit of trouble over some allegations and of a certain video made from a certain student's phone camera. That kind of put her in a bit of a bad light, as in touching your students in appropriately bad light. You'd be surprised how many female pedophiles are out there. Not just a male problem. Men are not just gonna take one for the team for this one. Not gonna do it. Men have been blamed for most sexual problems in the world for a long while. I think it is high time that the woman, step up and actually take one for the team. Actually, come around and accept that, yeah, maybe some of their behavior is rather concerning and just as problematic. Not that this ever gonna happen, because women really, really, really do like to be seen as the fairer gender. Although in reality that is absolutely not holding true. Oh well.
The only consensual sex Tyler would ever get.
No, he was held back a year. I think he's 18.
Shucks, virgin for life then. Legal virgin.
As you might have noticed, I'll be filling in for your usual health teacher to go over our seminar on bullying.
Yay!
Finally.
Taxes pay for this.
Now, you might not see it as all that serious, but there's been a steep uptick in bullying over the last 10 years.
How do you count that?
Yeah, has it actually gone up, or do you just report it more after Columbine?
No way. It's definitely gone up.
That's really cool that you think that.
See? That right there is why it's a problem.
What?
Isn't actually the reason why bullying has gone up the simple fact that after the internet, and more specifically social media, became a thing, things escalated? Because even in the presumed anonymous state that the internet provides, people become a lot more cruel to each other, which has led to a whole new form of bullying that is far harder to track, but leaves pretty much also some rather dire consequences. I sent you a nice link of something you can sell if you win it. Okay, a link. Give me a second. I'll look. Okay, so that was the uniform they were talking about. I just saw the normal uniform and I was like, well, no, fuck that. What's that? I'll link. New laptop. That's gay. Is that a good one? Okay, I'm gonna have to read the rest a bit later. For the moment, we are going to go back. But ew, a laptop. Get yourself a desktop PC, man. Do yourself a favor. Nobody wants a laptop shit for their gaming experiences. It's a €2,000 one. For fuck's sake, for that money you can get a decent fucking setup for a desktop PC that is probably gonna be far more powerful, aren't you? I was saying, man, for that money. I mean, yeah, I can absolutely see your point, you know. Try winning that, get yourself that that fucking money, and buy yourself some parts for your PC. Yeah, I think the only people who would actually reasonably buy such a laptop with high specs and are complete noobs, complete assholes, basically. They don't understand that you don't game on a fucking laptop. Of course you don't. That's fucking stupid. I wouldn't even feel bad sending it to them. I'd be like, yeah, that's your own fucking fault. Don't buy a laptop for gaming, you bitch. I mean, seriously, come on. I'm not that much of an tech guy myself. That's a fucking lesson I know, and if I fucking know that lesson, yeah, you have no excuse to not know. Well then, back to bullying. Bullying bad. Bullying very bad.
Passive-aggressive remarks like that are the bullying that led to the Columbine shooting.
I doubt that that was all you needed for the Columbine shooting. It's a good thing that we're talking about school shootings again. As I said before, I think the increase in bullying has more to do with the extended ways you can now bully people in. Last time I was in a school-like setting, it was quite common that there were chat groups set up for the class, you know, one officially by the school, one internally by the students, and some of the shit I've seen in there, because of course, as part of the class session, they just invited me along, laughing at me all the way while I had problem understanding how to get in there, because, well, you know, I'm an old man and I don't use my phone much. But some of the stuff they talked in there and the way they talked with each other was kind of brutal, man. I was like, Jesus Christ, if I were to speak to you like that in person, I'd expect one of us to get knocked out relatively quickly. As for some of the ladies, I would probably assume they would try to aim for my balls because that's kind of what women do, but not if I'm faster now, isn't it?
Are you comparing Jeffrey to the Columbine shooters?
Jeffrey's bullying is no different from any other student in America.
It's literally Jeffrey. Who cares? Like we bully the Columbine shooters.
Yeah, I fucked the shit out of the Columbine shooters.
Excuse me?
They killed people. That's cool. All Jeffrey does is bring toys to lunch.
They're not toys. It's Magic the Gathering cards.
How about you magically gather some friends, bitch?
That's exactly what I mean. Would anyone like to take a guess of how many bullying incidents occur in America per...
Considering how many people there are in America, quite the prosperous nation, so I don't even want to make an educated guess, but probably a fuck ton. And of course, that is only the stuff that we can reasonably actually track, which means that the stuff that we can quantify as bullying easily enough. But there's probably more. But honestly, you know, a bit of a bad childhood experience, some bullying, does not necessarily mean shit. I mean, you know, let's be honest here. I've liked anime and shit in the fucking 90s. Do you know what happened to me in school? Do you think I was a cool kid? No, fuck that. Wasn't the most nicest time. Absolutely not. Especially not once puberty hits and everybody is high on their own hormones and, you know, things get even more weird. Yeah, doesn't make it better if you're not one of the cool kids. So what? Fuck it. I do love it when people like my excuse for being so fucked up as an adult is, oh no, I was bullied as a child. Yeah, you and probably half the other population that is now adult was also bullied. Most of us just kind of realized at some point like, whoa, that shit was kind of achy, but I mean, I'm an adult now. Why the fuck should I bother? Could be worse. Didn't kill me. Well, made me a bit, you know, maybe a bit jaded towards certain people, yes, but that's not really a problem. If I get an opportunity to meet one of these assholes again, I'll probably have a few choice words for them. Because as we all know nowadays, in the nice new world where everybody is socially aware and oh so careful to not be insulting. If I were to go to a, you know, reunion, if one would ever happen for one of the classes I was in, I could go up to these people and go, hey, remember what you did share? Want me to post it on social media for you? with your name attached, because I'm pretty sure your people will love reading that, will really love hearing about how much you are truly a good human being. Not that I would have do that, but I would threaten them with that just for fun. Honestly, it's just for fun, a bit of, self-righteousness on my part, self-satisfaction on my part. I'm actually not that much of a cunt that I would actually do that. I would not want to be one of these people who would write to somebody's company, HR department, and go like, listen, this asshole has bullied me as a kid. He's not a good person. You need to fire them. But just to see the color drain from their faces and them having a real, real nice moment where they get all sweaty and uncomfortable over the idea of what could happen potentially. Yeah, I would like to see that. That much self-satisfaction, I think I would be quite entitled to. Bullying. Fun times.
Per day?
Like 5?
600.
Is Jeffrey half of those?
I don't think you get it. You're only here for 7 hours a day. Can you do the math?
Probably not, no.
This was health.
It means every 7 seconds, a K through 12 student is bullied.
Huh. Hey, Jeffrey.
Yeah?
Fuck you. It's been 7 seconds.
Damn, true.
Emily, shut your hoe ass up.
What? You want to fight?
No, it's been 7 seconds.
Oh, damn. Now I'm going to shoot up the school.
Hey, that isn't funny.
Then why did I laugh?
That's it. Just unbelievable.
She didn't really punish us. Should we just keep bullying people?
Yeah, they can't expel all of us.
Actually, if bullying is that much of a problem, there's an easy solution to that. You can enforce anti-bullying strategies by quite being simple. A, you get caught bullying once, you get a nice bit of detention. Just a slap on the wrist. The second time, you get physical punishment. The third time, you just get expelled from the school, no questions asked. Simple, isn't it? If you really want to enforce it, you can. It's easy. You tell the parents upright, this is our rules, 3 times is the max. You do 3 times, your child is fucked. And we're going to send him to a special school after that. And no matter what degree they get from there, they're going to have a fucking hard time in their future. The parents will be very into making sure their children is not bullying anyone. And if their child is stupid enough to do the first one, the parents will probably take actions as well. The second time, I really do mean good old-fashioned physical punishment. Rod on fingers kind of punishment that we had in Germany for quite a while. You might think that is kind of brutal, but it gets the point across. If words don't work, violence will. Violence is not a solution, but it helps bring the point across. And if you expel all of those who are stupid enough to do it for a third time, put them all in a nice little school where they can surround themselves with assholes and have very harder times in their future, well, guess what? The parents are going to be very, very much interested in keeping the children in line. But nobody wants to take it that far, of course. We can't take freedom away from our children, after all. That would be cruel and unusual. Not that we haven't done the same thing for generations. So, even if it's a group. In fact, I would actually enhance that. I would actually put a chance in that, If a kid gets caught bullying, I would be like, hey, listen, I know, there are certain dynamics here. Is this a group thing? If you tell me who's in the group, I let you off. I'm going to erase this first strike. I'm not even going to, inform your parents. If you're telling me honestly and truly who's involved, we can go from there. Now, if the kid's smart, and most kids aren't, they would see through it. But most kids in that moment would be like, shit, if my parents hear about it, I'm gonna get in trouble, aren't I? You couldn't play these motherfuckers out against each other. They're just fucking kids. I don't think they're smart enough to see through it. I would absolutely doubt it. Now, it wouldn't lead to a nice school setting. Absolutely not. Because the kids would have to be on their toes. But honestly, well, fuck the kids then. See, that's the whole point. My argument here, or the ground concept is, it's not like we cannot solve the problem of bullying. We can, absolutely. There's a myriad ways you can do it. Most of those, however, are very invasive. Which is why we don't do it. Which means, in consequence, that we actually do not care that much about bullying in the first place. Because most people, I do believe, understand that most bullying actually does not leave any permanent damages. Sure, in some cases, it is enough of a trigger to put a child on a very dark path that might potentially end up even with something like a shoe scooting. Of course, that is a possibility. A rare possibility. A very rare possibility. In most cases, most kids that experience some bullying will just grow up and go like, ah, fuck it, I don't like these people and I never have to see them again after school, so fuck them. However, as I just very nicely showcased, we really don't care that much. It is a non-issue, basically. It always sounds nice if you speak out against it, which means it has a certain social value if you want to showcase your values, yes. But apart from that, apart from the, look at me, I'm such a good person aspect, nobody gives a fucking real shit about bullying. Even the laws we have in place are fucking butter, basically. Melting butter for that. There's no substance to them that would actually encourage people to stop bullying. So, it's a whole kind of worms we could have a long-ass debate about now that I think about it. But well, strategy. Technically speaking, the police is not allowed to lie to you as well. Do you know what happens sometimes? Sometimes not telling someone, which could be seen as a lie, is quite a useful tool in your arsenal. But well. Well, I mean, yes. See, a bit of subtle manipulation can get you far, especially if your opponent is a fucking kid who's probably going to be very fearful if his parents hear of that and gets into trouble because he's like, ah, shit. My parents, they actually have the authority to, bend me over their leg and give me some good old-fashioned beating if they want to. But they could also take away my phone, my privileges, my money. Yes, most children, once they actually realize that their parents are the ultimate authority in their lives, do not like to get their parents involved. So just with that nice little bit of needling, you can potentially get quite far. It is mean spirit, yes, but the point is, see, it wasn't like I was trying to create the most sensible way of dealing with bullying. My point was like, it's not like we don't have methods we could apply to solve bullying on a more permanent basis. It's just that we don't do because we don't actually care that much. The only reason why people talk about bullying is the social value they get out of presenting themselves as somebody who cares. That's all it is, actually. If we wanted to, we would have long since changed things. We actually would have brought back physical punishment in more cases than once, because that's the easiest way to solve this. If the end result of you misbehaving is not just, maybe an hour of detention or, maybe having to stand outside the classroom for a bit, but if the actual consequences of you misbehaving is somebody, taking a wooden rod and having your fingers splayed out on the fucking desk, getting, your fingers hit, which hurts like a bitch, yes, suddenly you are not going to want to experience it twice once you have experienced it once. When somebody has already hit you, you're going to be like, I need to be smarter, or alternatively, I'm not going to do it again. But oh well. Yes, strategy. I'm not saying there aren't any good people in this world who are actually good people. My mother, for example, would be a good example. My mother is a good person, a good human being. She would absolutely fucking change things and try to find good solutions to help people along. And maybe you are one of them as well. That's quite possible. I, for example, I don't care too much. I'll be honest here. And I'm not going to poster for, the social clout of being seen as a good person. I'm not going to stand there in front of a crowd and go like, we need to do something. If only we could do something. No, fuck that. I know that I care far too little about this particular subject to make that claim. I don't. I'd be going for extreme measures. I'd be going for the most extreme measure to just get the problem out of the way if I had to solve it. But I don't have to solve it because it's not a problem that I can solve from where I am. And if I had the power, yes, I would enforce cruel and direct measures to stop it. I'll be honest here. And I really don't like this whole hypocrisy of pretending like you care. I know that I don't care much. My own experience with bullying were nice. It's not like I enjoyed it. It's not like I found it fun. Fuck no. Made me fucking cry at some point. I remember that. So it wasn't something I enjoyed. But it's over and done with. It's something that when you go through and then it's over. And then it's like, okay, so what? I don't see these people again, probably ever. So fuck them. If I ever see them again, I'm going to use what they did in the past against me, against them now. Because I know how much people care about their, how they're socially perceived. I am well aware of that. I would have my fun with that, obviously. But apart from that, no. And I'm not going to pretend otherwise. I hate it. I hate people who do that. It's fucking useless. But hey, if you show me a person, if you tell me, hey, my mother could be voted into a position of power where she could do it, I would trust her to do it. Probably, a strategy, if you have a good plan, I would vote for you as well. I would use what little political power I have in the form of my vote, gladly on people who actually care about this issue and would actually want to solve it in a reasonable fashion, even if that takes longer and is harder to achieve. I see no problem with that. It's just that I'm not going to, go out of my way to do it different. And I'm not going to pretend otherwise either. Because that is just fucking annoying. I hate that. I see it often enough. I see it with our politicians. I see it with people in the public light, like influencers and shit, when they post some shit and it's like, look at how good of a person they are. No, they're fucking not. I can smell the lie fucking 10 miles against the wind, no problem. So fuck you. Kind of got off topic, yeah. Back to bullying Jeffrey, I suppose.
Cool. Yeah, you should fucking die, Jeffrey.
Family tree ends with you, Harry Potter watcher.
Hey, that was a lot sooner than 7 seconds.
No, we just actually mean it.
So then he was outside of my house at 1 a.m. texting a play-by-play of what's in my front yard.
And you didn't call the police?
I was bored.
Could be worse. You could be failing history.
Yeah, because that'll get you murdered.
Maybe by my parents. They want me in some amazing college.
Yeah, the big colleges have a whole stadium that frat boys can molest you in.
I'm basically accepting I'll end up a victim wherever I go, so it may as well be expensive.
Bitch, like.
What was that for?
It's been 7 seconds.
Oh, dude, not straight.
Karen, why do you dress like a mom going through menopause? Is that necessary? Yeah, it's been 7 seconds.
Hey, watch out, guys.
Why does he have a Razor scooter in 2008?
Yeah, what the fuck is this, Toys R Us?
I'm like genuinely upset.
You want to do something about it? It's been a lot more than 7 seconds.
I don't know. I don't want to get involved.
Why are you...
I think these kids don't really understand what this particular statistic meant. Of course not. They're stupid, aren't they? In fact, we're back in school. Yes, they are once again very, very stupid. Actually, that reminds me. Do you know how many people are actually wholly incapable of understanding how statistics work and why certain statistics cannot be compared directly to others, even if you clearly tell them that, look, this be apples, this be oranges, and they still be like, but my number is bigger, so I am better. And you're just sitting there like, surprisingly high number. I've actually seen people struggle with understanding the implication of statistics, simple statistics, mind you, between, what was it, what we were talking about? I think we were talking about the numbers for the average money that came into a store per day. And on the other hand, we had two further statistics, one for the average amount of customers and one for the actual, what was the third one again? There was a third one there. Can't remember off the top of my head. The point is, many of the people who actually listened to this particular presentation started screeching about how it is obvious that, more customers mean more money made in a day. Yes, the lines look same, but they don't mean the same, and they are not technically speaking applying the same. Then I was just sitting there, and I had to actually hold myself back from telling them that they're fucking stupid, because obviously, yes, there's a correlation between the numbers of customers and the amount of money that a store makes in a day, but technically speaking, these are not the same, because we are talking about, for example, different stores here. In the different stores, the money you make per day is quite different, because the products are different, than the numbers of customers. You can have, for example, stores where you have only a very limited amount of customers, but you have a very high amount of actually daily income because of the products this particular store sells. So sometimes you're just sitting there going like, okay, yes, we should take both of these statistics for what they are and then consider why, for example, a certain store has a high number of customers per day. Is it, for example, where it is positioned? Is it, for example, because their product selection is specifically well suited for the area? Something like this. Well, we should use the other statistic, obviously, to ask yourself very different questions. You shouldn't just take two statistics and go like, okay, A means B, so no, that's not how that fucking works. It's a bit annoying.
I used to love messing with people. It feels like I'm doing all the work.
Don't worry about it.
Oh wait, he's coming back around.
What are you gonna do?
The question is, what's this stick gonna do?
Yo, hey again. Oh!
Oh, damn, that was cool.
Shit, my leg. Ow!
Nice SpongeBob impression.
No, for real. I think I actually broke my leg.
That can happen.
Nice SpongeBob impression.
What is the oh my god!
My foot's numb too.
Why on earth would someone just throw a stick in the middle of the sidewalk?
I mean, it's been more than 7 seconds, right?
Oh, you kids don't listen to anything. That's it!
What's it?
All this bullying led to a student breaking their leg. This calls for drastic measures.
Like calling an ambulance?
From now on, there's going to be very strict anti-bullying mandates around here. Then we'll see how funny it is.
I guess she's not calling an ambulance.
Hey, can you guys help me get to the nurse?
Why would I help a white cripple 7 seconds?
But she just said she banned bullying here.
No, she's about to ban bullying.
Yeah, get it in while you can.
It's really should be out of the box.
Actually do assigned seating for lunch.
Did she actually put us together for assigned seating?
No, there's gotta be a catch. Did you see who else was at table 12?
I just looked for our names and left. Way too afraid to see who else they stuck us with.
What if it's not even a student? Like they just get the janitor to sit with us?
Do you think the janitor would also be a pedophile?
It's not like he had to commit to be here. He's just a janitor.
Yeah, you gotta really want to fuck kids to finish a bachelor's to be around them.
That's good to say in public. Who is gonna sit here?
Hey guys, do you mind if I draw Sento Takahashi fan art in front of you?
Assigned seating, Jeffrey.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to go somewhere else. Sorry.
I know it's assigned. Table 12, right?
Is this table 12?
Yeah, it's 12.
Man, fuck 12.
Do you really have to sit here, Jeffrey?
Yes, I do. I don't want to break the rules and get expelled.
Rules that were entirely created just for you and 2 other people.
Okay, let's draw Hikari-chan.
But yeah, have you seen a white guy work at Chipotle yet?
Actually, no.
My cousin works at a Chipotle in Maryland.
We weren't asking you. What are you drawing?
I told you, I was drawing Hikari-chan from Sento Takahashi's Girls Free For All.
That was
Not the best piece of art I've ever seen.
Does Sento Hakamoshi actually...
But I will say this at least, you know, it's not the worst piece of fan art I've ever seen as well, so I don't know what I was supposed to say. Keep at it, I suppose. I mean, at least you got the idea right that the titties should be big. And always be nice and simple to watch, so stop.
No, hey!
What's the actual thing look like?
Luckily, I have volume 6 of the manga with her on the front cover.
Show me.
Whoa.
What? Yo, that's good. Why do you take the picture away when I stop game? That's not nice. That looks nice.
Jeffrey.
What those titties?
I know, but I don't just like her for that. She's really strong and determined to fight for her
I
friends.
don't care about that, but you know, that is a buy argument.
How does she even fight with those?
She does a lot of cool moves. You just have to read it.
Cool moves?
Sucks and fucks, duh.
No, it's a really intricate story without any of that naughty stuff.
Why do all these...
How about some edgy? There's some edgy in there. I smell some panty shots. I smell some disrobing antics.
These animes have hot girls in a porn-level plot without the sex?
So people afraid of growing up have something to beat off to?
No, her backstory's good. When Hikari-chan was a young girl, she escaped from an orphanage ran by the evil Kage clan. Then she trained in martial arts and sorcery until she was allowed to join the rebellion at the age of 13.
13? Why does a 13-year-old look like she's ready to suck and fuck her way through an HBO pilot?
It's a work of fantasy. There's no HBO in her universe.
Yeah, that's what she was getting at.
God, I wish I had tits like that at 13. Then I wouldn't have failed algebra.
Jeffrey, you don't think it's a little statutory for a 13-year-old to look like that?
Like what? She can't help how her body is. If someone touched you inappropriately, would you want him to say your body makes it your fault?
Yeah, that's a really good point. Except for one little part.
What?
She's not real.
Yeah, some fucked up lonely Asian guy drew that in his parents' basement.
Actually, there's a surprising number female artist, both for manga and for hentai, mind you. And have you seen how they drew their women's? Damn, I've seen a lot of them. They do it pretty good. They really do it pretty good. And pretty damn unrealistic, mind you, but that's half of the fun. It's an idealized version of a real thing, so of course it is. Oh boy. Sometimes I do feel the women do have a bit of an advantage there, don't they? They take what they've got, go like, that is nice. Looks down at her own chest. But what if it were bigger? What if it were even bigger?
Because he wanted her to look like that.
Wasn't the point of arranged seating that I wouldn't get bullied anymore? I'm gonna tell.
No, wait, we support it.
Support what?
You living this imaginary 13-year-old girl?
Both of you?
If I say no, I'll get expelled. If I say yes, I'll go to jail.
I don't think you will go to jail for that. I really doubt it.
You ever feel like the girl from Nightmare Before Christmas?
No, I don't watch dumb shit for ugly girls who can only be pretty by being alternative.
Damn, that kind of ruins my depression tangent.
Like you think I'd watch a cartoon after the age of 9.
What about Family Guy?
That's not a cartoon, it's for adults.
Are you sure?
Why would it reference the 80s so much if it wasn't for adults?
Yeah, I guess Jack Skellington never talks about MTV or why he hates minorities.
They don't talk about that on Family Guy.
Talk about what?
MTV.
God, I could never have the house to myself.
What, are you so fat now you fill all the rooms up?
No, I just like peace and quiet when macking on these online bitches.
Oh my god, is our house gonna end up on...
I mean, come on, he must be a loser. Xbox? Really? That's the sign of a loser I've ever seen one. Xbox kids, I tell you. Disgusting bunch. Back in the day, we were Sony, bro. We were nothing. Let's be honest here. Fuck Xbox. Fuck Microsoft. They're good at making PCs. That's... well, not even PCs, just software for PCs. That's all they're good for. Who the fuck ever allowed them to make a fucking gaming console? Fucking bitches. Xbox. Well, fuck you, strategy. There's no excuse, you. Xbox kids. Disgusting, man. Back in the day, it was PlayStation or nothing, man. I mean, I could understand some fucking weirdo going for Nintendo, yeah? And if you're way old, going for Sega, man, I could kind of see an alliance there with the Sega kids. Yeah, the Sega kids were kind of okay. Nintendo kids kind of weird, okay? But weird in a good way still. Fucking Xbox? Seriously, man? Look at this loser. That's the classical Xbox kid. In a nutshell. Fucking disgusting. PlayStation 1 and 2, man. Those were the days. Those were the days, man. Good days. Sometimes miss them, actually. You could tell me what you want. The console wars have ended, if you ask me, after the PlayStation 2. Obviously. That's where the cutoff point is. After that, it became just uncool to be a console kid to begin with, because PC is obviously the superior choice. Yeah, obviously, there's not even a debate there. PC is the most obvious superior choice. But during the days where consoles actually mattered, you know, after the arcade died, yeah, Sony all the way. No questions asked. No alternatives permitted. There was no alternative. It was great. As I said, you know, I can accept weird Nintendo kids. Nintendo had its moments, you know. Back in the day, N64 was pretty cool. Gonna admit that at least. Yeah, there was some cool shit there. Still kind of weird, because most of Nintendo's focus was kind of... and Nintendo as a company is an asshole. Sony nowadays? Don't even get me started. They're fucking disgusting. Which is why... in my opinion, there's not going to be any actual console wars any longer, because anyone who's into consoles nowadays and has not accepted that PC is just the superior option are fucking stupid, aren't they? You enable fucking Sony to be an asshole. You enable fucking Microsoft to meddle in things they should never meddle in. What kind of asshole allows Nintendo to file fucking lawsuits against anyone and everyone who even so much as thinks of a Pokemon like creature in their own game? Yeah. That's the only thing you stand for now. Console wars? No, fuck that. That's over. Console wars have been over for a long time.
Dateline again?
Dateline? What do you like, teenage girls or something?
When you say teenage, how old are we talking here?
That was way more words than no.
Why is everyone a goddamn ageist?
See, I told you. Classical Xbox kid. There's growing a pedophile. Oh, fuck this shit, Jesus Christ.
Nobody cares. Just go in your basement.
Oh, by the way, that is also a reason why I was bullied. I was not just, into anime. I was also into gaming. Yeah. Kids at school had a field day with me. I can tell you that much. Goddamn fucking motherfuckers. Bitch-ass idiots who would best new fucking MySpace mini-games. Fucking assholes. Pretending to be like, oh, I'm totally a gamer. What games have you played? Tomb Raider? It's like, MySpace game. What the fuck are you even talking about, you bitch-ass? Fake gamer nonsense. The fact that gamer has become popular enough that people are now pretending like, oh, I'm totally a gamer. Yes, I've played games on my Facebook page. Like, fuck you, bitch. Like, what? You played some fucking Candy Crush or something and you say to me you're a fucking gamer? Fuck you. Oh, I can say to that. I mean, seriously. Oh god, how I hate that. I hope that never happens to anime. If I get to the point where we get fake anime fans, I'm going to fucking... Actually, no, we have already gotten those. Oh, fuck me. I've actually had a debate with one once. Oh god, is that disgusting. Well, that the world is going in a very bad place. Yo, Terry, welcome. Good that you're here. I just recently saw that your party had messaged me on Steam, and I know I'm a bit late in answering. I do apologize for that, but I did see your message, like, today, and I went like, yo. So, yo, Terry.
Basement and prey on children.
Fine, dumb bitch. They're not children. They're overdeveloped middle schoolers.
Children.
That's,
Fucking Xbox kid.
that's swell.
Oh, you know what would actually cure my depression? Marilyn Manson's gonna be in town.
At MCI?
Next Friday.
I thought you wanted to see Marilyn Manson.
I do.
Then why'd you bring up the Ice Cube movie?
No, not next Friday the movie. Next Friday the time.
Oh, got you. Yeah, let's do it.
Cool. And
Marilyn
another guy
Manson.
can get us ecstasy, so it's gonna be an extra good concert.
What does that do? Is it like PCP?
No, it's not like fucking PCP. That's for like the saddest drug addicts.
So is ecstasy for the happiest drug addicts?
Literally, yes.
No. If you want to be the happiest drug addict, at least for the first few times, try heroin. It's probably going to make you the happiest drug addict for a short while. Then it's absolutely going to destroy you. I mean, ecstasy, really? That's your idea of a good fun time? So? Kids, please. Please. There's so much more you need to learn.
Oh, cool. I'm down.
Plus, Marilyn's just a great show anyway.
Yeah, he's kind of hot in a kidnap me sort of way.
He's like the one man on earth I want to trap me in a hotel room and sexually abuse me.
Yeah, you seen the YouTube videos where he just goes on stage and says that?
What is it about fame and money that makes us want to ignore a man's flagrant warning sign?
The fame, the money is what makes you blatantly ignore that. That's the whole reason why serial killers that sit in prison have quite the sprawling amount of fucking female fans who get wet, drenching their panties at the mere thought of getting murdered by that guy. Like, are you fucking insane? You do know that if you meet that guy ever outside of a prison cell, he would probably brutally murder you. In some cases, it would not even have a sexual note to it. It would just be brutal murder. And you'd still get wet for that. I see, you are genetic dead end as well then. The other part is more understandable. Money is really, the money draws many women. There's no denying it. There's no point to talk about it, around it, and above it, and beyond it. It's just the thing. And honestly, fair enough. I mean, yeah, if you want to have a stable life, having a partner that earns enough money to afford you a Ferrari, like once a year, a new one, is not a bad choice. Even if he looks like he is, I don't know, like a good ton too heavy for a normal human being, and has a voice like Donald Duck. And you'd probably still go and fuck it if it, shows you a pleasant lifestyle, so yeah. Some woman can be quite rational about it. It's the sort of rational I can appreciate, mind you. Because it is based on purely objective much realism and nothing else. It's kinda admirable in a way. Not in a good humane way, but in a personal way.
Because if Rockstar traumatizing you is something to actually brag about.
True. Letting a Denny's cook do that just makes you feel worthless.
This is the county police.
Ah.
We have a warrant to search this.
Nice. Once again, I need to take a moment to point out that this indeed is the American hero we all need in our lives. The cop, the man, the legend, the hero. The one guy who has already managed to land a shot on Nicole. Sadly not in her heart, where his bullet should have gone. But I will assume, in my heart of heart, that and that is the only reason why he didn't aim for her chest, was not to make it impossible for her to run away, but to elongate her suffering as much as he can. Truly a hero of the people. We should all salute him in a quiet moment of silence for his duty and service he has done for our great nations across the earth. Indeed.
Residence.
Yeah, what you're looking for is in the basement.
But I haven't made you aware of the charges.
Oh, we're aware.
Just a moment.
But yeah, Manson could, like, cut me with broken glass and lick the blood off. It's cool because he's famous.
Yeah, I want some Rockstar welts all over my ass so I can show up at the mental ward.
Actually, same.
Can you get us backstage?
No, I can't afford the drugs and the VIP.
Oh, well, hopefully he sees how hot we are and picks us out of the crowd.
Bitch, we're on the upper level.
Yeah, I need a whole telescope to notice us.
I didn't do anything wrong. Tell it to the judge. That girl barely looked 12.
Bye-bye, Xbox kid.
Yeah, do you think your dad could give us money for better seats?
Seats? My dad won't even give me the time of day.
You're under arrest for 3 counts of digital misconduct with a minor and 2 counts of child pornography.
No, that was an 18-year-old midget in my hot kids folder.
Dude, your dad's lame.
Tell it to the judge.
Hey, can you guys keep it down? We're trying to have a conversation in here.
Yeah, honestly.
Oh, sorry.
You're not gonna help me?
You're gonna have to tell it to the judge. Let's go.
It was an 18-year-old midget.
By the way, digital misconduct might sound funny to you. If you ever make the interesting choice to move to Germany, you should be very well aware that Germany has decided to take all of its direct applicable laws for conduct towards other people and digitalize them. What that means, in simple terms, we have a very strict code of conduct in what is considered to be a breaking of the law in your acting against other people. For example, if I claim that a certain person, let's say a friend of mine, has said something like, I'm absolutely totally into kids, in a way where other people could hear it, that's a crime. And we have taken that sort of thing and put it right as it is into the digital space. Meaning, if I were to make a meme about a politician, for example, let's say I put one of our Green Party's politicians in as a picture frame, and on the left side I have like 2 text fields, and in the upper field I take a cut from her actual, from an actual speech of her, and I put a nice little, yeah, let's go for this RTX on nonsense in there for the upper field, and field I go like RTX off, and I go and tell a summarize version like, aka this means I just want to kill your business. I could go actually into jail for that. Why? Because now I'm claiming that she said something that she hasn't said, even though it is in a meme format, and it is of course meant as a, funny way to bring her point across. We actually had cases where, in the unholy, ungodly early hours of the morning, the police had actually very, very, very directly and very noisy knocked on people's doors, waited until they opened, then told them that, well, they have a warrant now, they're going to confiscate their phones and their PCs and look for data, and actually got fined for that. I haven't yet heard of anyone going to actual prison for that, but the fines in and of themselves were uncomfortably high. So if you think that you can apply something like free speech in Germany, let me just say, no, you cannot. We have literally taken age-old fucking laws that weren't even good, properly accepted and understood by most people, and we still applied them in real life and applied them one-to-one towards the digital world. Yeah. Which is the point. If you laugh about a charge for digital misconduct, yeah, that's funny depending on where you are in the world. If you are in Germany, that is not funny. That's literally what can happen to you. And it's not good. Defamation is one of these aspects, strategy, absolutely. But as I said, even if I put it in an obvious format, where it is obviously that I'm trying to make a point, a valid point, and I should have the right to say it, because obviously I have a right to my own political opinion and my opinion about other people's, even if I put it in a way that makes it obvious, where I even give the original source and then my interpretation of it, as, you know, in the meme that I just explained. Even if I used this format, this would actually be a crime. This could actually potentially land me in prison. Now, of course, it's understandable why our politicians would want such laws. They are the most obvious target for any such memery to happen. But, yeah, Germany is not in a good place. Yes, you would assume that in a country that actually enjoys satire to a very high degree, that would not be a thing. But in general, Germany is in a strange place nowadays. I don't know if you have followed the political changes recently, and I kind of made a joke about how, you know, this whole gay marriage thing could kind of actually become under quite reasonable attack, actually, with how our political landscape is changing. Not in a good way, mind you, in a very interesting and strange way that I personally, I'm not saying I'm surprised. I'm really not saying I'm surprised that the AfD, the alternative for Germany, has actually gained quite a bit of followers over the last few years, with stuff like COVID and the handling of it, with the energy crisis thanks to the Ukraine war and the problems with Russia, with the somewhat lackluster support of Ukraine. All of these create many, many points that people can judge on, and the way our government handled that was, all of these cases actually were fucking stupid, especially in the way they presented themselves. So I was kind of expecting that, yes, in the upcoming years, we would see an increase of people going for the most drastic alternative. I just did not think they would actually get to the point where they are the strongest, the second strongest to be fair, the second strongest force in our parliament. That is not something I foresaw. Because we have something called Volksparteien. Now, Volksparteien are basically the classical parties that get the most votes on average every time, which makes them Volksparties. So basically, you know, the people's parties. They are so famous and so popular and so established that they're basically like the Republicans and the Democrats of the Americans. These are the parties that matter, so to speak. These parties would usually get an end result somewhere between, you know, the upper 20s, lower 30s% of the votes. And their candidates would do as well. So these are the established parties. And these established parties, only one of them actually right now, which is the strongest, namely the CDU, the more conservative party. They are momentarily the strongest party we have in our government, followed directly by the AfD. Now that is a party that is a pariah among parties. They have such a fucking low standing that even the local governments often refuse to work together with them to form a coalition to actually govern. That's how much they're hated by your average political established party. And these are now, on the federal level, the second strongest party. I don't know how to fucking describe this. It's on one hand, it's an amazing outcome. On the other hand, I just don't know what to think about that, honestly. I don't know. And now I'm getting shit, I really should stop drinking and streaming something random that allows me to talk too much, because now I'm getting political and I don't want to be there because I don't like talking about it. Politics are strange. No, I could say a lot more, but let's actually play a little bit more of the game, because, you know, getting late.
That makes me feel a lot less bad about my dad killing himself.
But you didn't fucking feel bad in the first place.
You don't know that.
I guess you do wear a lot of stud belts.
So, next Friday?
Yeah, next Friday, not the Ice Cube movie.